Are you a reader? If you do not want those kind of feedbacks, then do your tier list a bit more seriously instead of saying, this is a casual laid-back video so don't take it seriously. Here's a newsflash for you readers. If you're doing this kind of video, then people tend to take that list seriously. So take what you are doing a bit more seriously.
I was completely unoffended by his gentle words of wisdom, so I decided to post a total of 26 polls in my YouTube community tab to come up with the perfect list, the holy grail of Modern Warfare 2 characters ranking. So if this video fails, or if you don't like this ranking, just remember that you guys came up with this. Anyway, enough with the bullshit. Number 14, Rodolfo. He's the most forgettable character in the game. He might as well just be one of those random NPCs that have zero impact on the story. Good job with this one, guys. We're having a good start. Number 13, Nikolai. I initially disagreed that you guys put him this low in the list, but then I remembered that his role was very minimal in the campaign, so I think having him in number 13 is pretty justified. Number 12, Shepard. I don't know if you guys were rating this guy based on his performance in the campaign or just because he's the bad guy. Either way, I think Infinity Ward relied too much on the fact that he's an already established character instead of actually going through the effort into making a good antagonist, or they just did that on purpose so that we can have him and Makarov as the two main antagonists in the next game. Either way, as it stands today for Modern Warfare 2022, number 12 is okay. Number 11, Laswell. I feel kind of relieved that we all agree that she's an annoying bitch. There's something about her voice that just rubs me the wrong way, and it shows in your ranking that you feel the same way. There is more to it than just her voice, but I really don't know what it is. I just don't like her. So anyway, she deserves to be at number 11. Number 10, Hassan Ziani. This guy was supposed to be the main antagonist for the campaign, and although he's the guy who knows where the missiles are, which was the main threat of the campaign, it did not feel like it. I did not feel like this guy was a threat. He just existed. It almost felt like he had no real impact on the game whatsoever. Anyway, good job, you guys are doing great with the list so far. I'm really impressed. Number 9, Diego. This ranking proves how shit Hassan is as an antagonist because Diego is just a disposable bad guy, while Hassan is supposed to be the main antagonist. Yet, we agree that Diego, this throwaway character, is better than the main antagonist. And I think it's all because of this. Number 8, Cartel Mommy, also known as Valeria. We're getting into simp territory here, but at least it's not gonna be me because this is purely based on your opinion. But I mean, if you ask me, I think she's the third most attractive character in the game, with the first being Alejandro and the second being Soap McTavish. But anyway, I think they did a great job with the voice acting and the facial expressions, and at least when it comes to being a memorable antagonist, she did a way better job than the ones we already talked about. So I think this ranking is really reasonable, and holy shit, I'm now realizing that you guys are actually doing a better job than me. Number 7, Farah. I'm not sure if you're rating these based solely on Modern Warfare 2 or you guys are including the first game, but either way, number 7 seems to be the perfect spot. It's right in the middle. Although she didn't play a substantial role in the game, she has a really likable character overall. So yeah, I think number 7 is alright. And just to get this out of the way, in terms of attractiveness, Valeria is number 1, Farah is number 2, and at the very bottom, we have Laswell. And you know what? As soon as this video is published, I will have a poll in my community tab asking you to rank them in terms of attractiveness, so make sure you pass by. Number 6, Graves. I don't know what it is about this guy, but I really like him. He serves as a supporting character and an antagonist, which is a pretty good combination that ultimately makes him a very likable antagonist, and he's the best antagonist in the game overall. Anyway, I think number 6 is perfect. Good job on this one. Now we will move into the top 5, which is the most difficult part, but thankfully, you already did the work for me, so it shouldn't be so much of a hassle. Number 5, Alejandro. It's really impressive how they were able to introduce a new character in an already established series and still make him so likable and memorable. The best thing about this guy, besides the fact that he looks extremely attractive, is the line delivery.
And who the fuck do you think you are, cabrón? My men are inside!
And as I said previously, I would definitely put this guy in number 1 if you're judging based on attractiveness. But we're not doing that today, so let's just move on to number 4, which is Sergeant Garrick.
I call him Gaz.
I never said anything.
This might be the only placement that I slightly disagree with because he's my least favorite out of the top 5. Personally, I think Alejandro is a better character. The only advantage that Gaz has over Alejandro is that he's an already established character. That's it. If we did not know Gaz from before and they happen to introduce both Gaz and Alejandro in the same game, I think that Alejandro would have the slight edge. But anyway, that's a very slight disagreement, and at least I still agree that both of them should be in the top 5. Number 3, Soap McTavish.
What the hell kind of name is Soap, eh? How'd a muppet like you pass selection?
This guy is simply awesome. He's already a fan favorite from the original series, so obviously we had high expectations as a returning character. And Infinity Ward did not disappoint. The accent, the voice, the attractiveness, the voice lines, everything is just perfect. Number 2, Captain Price. Right from the beginning of the video, we already knew that he's gonna be in the top 3 for sure. He's a beloved character, not only because we know him from the original series, but also because the character is actually good in the reboot as well. His lines, personality, everything is just perfect. But he's not as perfect as number 1, Simon Ghost Riley. Whenever I made a poll that had Ghost in it, the majority always voted for Ghost. Like, even against Captain Price, Ghost had 70% of the votes. If we had this as a tier list, Ghost would have his own tier at the top above everybody else. He's definitely the coolest character in the game. They did a great job for a lot of the voice actors in the game, but his voice is the best out of all of them. The iconic mask, the character design, the line delivery, he's just the best character in the game, period. I would ask you to comment below what you think about this list, but you came up with this, so there's no need to comment. I'm just kidding, you can leave a comment if you want. But anyway, if you want to participate in future polls, you don't really need to subscribe, you can just visit my community tab and vote, but you won't get notified when I post something, so you might as well just subscribe. Anyway, until next time, Jane, bye bye.